Hey, it's Greg Milby, Kentucky's Heartland and Kentucky'sHeartland.com, and welcome to this fabulous new show that we have. That is my friend Janna Clark. I am community storyteller, and Janna, tell everybody what your official title is at this point.
So, Greg is the community storyteller, and I love my community and I love stories. So, I'm just the community admirer.
I think it's great.
I
So,
admire you, I admire stories.
so Janna came to me. Gosh, what was it? Was it early, late last week?
Yes.
You've been cooped up in your house, and you were like, I really have this idea, and it was an idea just to do a show that it talks about our community because you love this community and I love this community. And so we're going to do a show about, well, we really don't even know what it's about yet, do we?
No, we don't. And really, I think it's interesting that people like me, have you seen the jokes out there that say, check on your huggers because we're not okay? That is kind of my state of mind. And I just feel the need to smile and be happy and figure out ways to virtually hug everyone I know.
I'm kind of that way too. I'm a hugger, and I don't,
Me too.
sometimes people don't always get it, but it is kind of a challenge now to not get to hug anybody.
It
I do
is.
that little virtual hug thing that you do, where
Yes,
from
I'll give
six
you
feet
one.
away. Yeah, see, that's good. That's great.
Yeah.
But so this show is just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. First and foremost, if you have any questions that you want to ask, Janna has contacts. I have contacts. We're going to start reaching out to community leaders and just people to do pretty funny stuff in our community during this situation, as we'll call it. And we want to highlight them, and we want to bring a little fun to it. There won't really be a lot of coronavirus talk in
Right.
this show.
Right.
But Janna has came up with a great name. I really don't know what it means, and I'm hoping that you have figured out why you want to call this show "Bacon in Your Mailbox."
I do. So I started thinking about because I've had a lot of time to think, right? And when I think a lot, crazy things happen sometimes. But I started thinking about things that bring people together, that make people happy, that are little surprises in our lives right now. And so bacon, it's practically its own food group. I mean, everybody loves bacon, right? And so bacon makes everybody happy. And then also, mailboxes, whether they're your inbox on your computer or they're your mailbox on your street, they have surprises in them. You never know what's in there. Kind of like me and you. We don't even know what we're doing today. So I think bacon in your mailbox kind of makes sense because it is anti everything that is bad right now and everything that is happy and makes you smile.
I like it. So bacon in your mailbox, it is. We're going to work on some fancy little graphics because you know what? If we're going to be like Ryan Seacrest and Kelly Ripa, we're going to have that fancy graphics too. So,
Well,
uh,
listen, and that's all you. And what you all don't know is Greg is a master at this stuff. Like he's got 26 screens and microphones and he can do all the fancy stuff. I'm just hanging out in my dining room. I'm going to show y'all some stuff that makes me happy. So I have the pleasure of working on this with you. And thank you so much for embracing my bacon in a mailbox.
I think it's fabulous. I love it, and I appreciate you bringing this to me because you know we know we're going to be in this situation for a while,
Yeah.
and I'm already into the fatigue of just watching the national news and all of that. Um, we're all living this thing, so why can't we have a little fun if we're isolated? Just a little bit of break. I
Yeah.
know Radcliffe Mayor J.J. Duvall approached me last week about doing a little feature called Community Story Time, to where one he was going to start. He was just going to have Radcliffe folks reading children's books.
Yep.
So it after the first episode, it really took off, and then so JJ read the first book, and then Congressman Guthrie read the second book, and it's taken off. Mayor Jeff Gregory read one on a Monday,
Fun.
so it's just got a leg of its own now, and it's been a lot of fun to do, and we've got some other community folks that are going to be doing that. So why can't we continue to do things like this to embrace this and make it fun? And then
Yes.
JJ came up with another idea. Actually, we have a daughter, an adopted daughter that celebrated her 21st birthday yesterday.
Fun.
What?
Happy birthday.
So Sydney, was quarantined with us. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's your 21st birthday, and you can't really have a party because we're following the rules. We're staying isolated from
Oh, me
everybody.
too. And it is hard.
It is no friends over, none of that stuff at all.
Right.
So she celebrated her birthday in isolation, but uh, Mayor Duvall had an idea of, there are a lot of kids in Radcliffe that will potentially be doing that. So if you send the Radcliffe City Facebook page a message letting them know that your kid's birthday is whatever day,
Fun.
they are going to send a fire truck and a police car out to your house with the sirens on to wish your kid a happy birthday through the loudspeakers.
That's fabulous.
So
That's fabulous.
they're doing that, and I think that's just so super
And
cool with that.
see, isn't it fascinating too that I know there's a lot of seriousness right now, but isn't it fascinating how when we have to get creative, we all can do that. And I think that is one of the things that I have learned recently is there is a way to get stuff done. There is a way to check on people and to enjoy life. And really, we sent out a little graphic recently in my work life that we're in this together. And if we've ever felt like we were alone, as crazy as it sounds, while we're social distancing, we're so not alone. And I love it that we can just come have some time to be silly, and we deserve that. Give ourselves a little bit of grace, and just be authentic with each other, and just talk about what is totally kind of sucky right now, but what can
Mm-hmm.
also turn that frown upside down. So people say that it takes more muscles to smile than it does to frown. But if you try to Google that, if you really try to find out how many muscles, because I kind of wanted to know, there's no opinion out there that is like supreme. Everybody has
Mm-hmm.
their own idea on that. So my goal is just to not use the frown muscles, just use the smile muscles. It doesn't really
Yeah.
matter how many there are, right?
Yeah. Well, I think one of them was like 31. I think I've always heard it takes 31 muscles to frown, but only 2 to smile. I don't know. I may be off on that.
I,
I'm not a
so
scientist.
yes, you're right, because you could Google that and find that exact right answer. So you're
Hmm.
correct, my friend.
Yeah. Well, I like that. One time in my life, I have been correct. This show's off to a great start. So, we are cooped up in our house, and I feel guilty because as busy as life is, with the different projects I do and charitable things, it just seems like you catch yourself coming and going sometimes. And I've always said, I wonder what it would be like just to sit at home for a while and enjoy life.
Yes.
Um, I am. What are we? I mean, we're not. I'm not even officially a week into this yet because we've still kind of been. Our office is such a smaller office. We've been kind of fluctuating.
Same. We've been doing the same thing. Yeah.
So I'm not really sure what it looks like. This morning, I actually did. I got up. I took a shower. You're welcome. And I went ahead and I shaved and I
Woo.
cut my hair. Look at that. See, for all those people that have made fun of me for years for cutting my own hair, I have a fresh cut today, and
Listen,
and, and I feel good about it.
and my bangs are hanging in my eyes because it's gonna get desperate around. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to like start pulling stuff up and putting stuff down because it's gonna get ugly up in here quickly.
I think this hairstyle of mine may become more popular than people think by the time this is all said and done.
One of my
So,
kids' homework assignments is gonna be to Google how to cut your mom's hair, and the one that does the best job is gonna win a prize or something because
mm,
someone's gonna have to help this girl out.
yeah, it's gonna be a long run. All right, so with us being in houses and being locked in our houses, it gives us plenty of time to look around. And you had the idea of our topic for the day just to kind of discuss. And by the way, as we discuss these topics, today is a recorded video, and from this point forward, our goal is for it to be a live video. So we will have from this point forward the comment section will be open, so you'll be able to comment. And as we go along through those, I will highlight some of those and we will share those with the people that are watching. If you watch it at a later date, it's okay. You can still make your comments down there, but we may not acknowledge them on the show, but we'll
Right.
acknowledge them later on. So
And
I'm
we're
really,
keeping it positive around here. Like
oh yeah,
if you kind of like my mama used to tell me, Greg, if you don't have anything nice to say, keep it to yourself, right? So
yeah, we need
play
to pick
along.
and maybe at some point, if somebody has a negative comment, we will come up with a word that everybody has to comment underneath theirs, like
Ooh, ooh,
bacon or whatever. I don't
bacon,
know. Yeah,
bacon. You're not
just
happy, bacon.
bacon hashtag bacon. All right, so so Jana's question
Okay.
or Janus list today is 10 things in your house that make you smile. And you have
Yes.
prepared a list. I'm not really that prepared on my list. I'm not sure I have 10, but I'm going to work on it. But you have a prepared list for us.
So I don't have a list. I have the stuff. Like I'm going to show it to you.
Show and tell.
I walked around my house and it only took me like 10 minutes.
And you have the time.
And I found 10 things that are making me smile right now. And it's a great thing to do because every time I was like, oh, this is my favorite thing. No, this is my favorite thing. And so here you go. You ready?
All right. I'm giving you
any...
the whole screen for this. You are the highlight of the picture right now.
No, because I will need to see your reaction.
Well, you can still see me, but our guests cannot. Okay. And I will share my reaction here too. But I want you to have a larger screen here.
Yes, we need a larger screen for this show. Okay. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
You don't even know what I'm going to show, do you? You have no idea.
Knowing you, I'm actually kind of scared because people that don't know you, they think, oh, Janus, such a nice, sweet lady. And you are, but you have a funny side too. So this might be very, very interesting.
Don't be alarmed.
Okay. All right.
It's going to be all right. Okay. Number 1 or number 10, depending on if this gets better or worse, right? This is a candle. Candles smell good. Oh, they set a mood. They're calming. So one of my favorite things that's making me smile in the house right now is candles.
Okay.
All right, hang on. Number 2. Oh, I wanted to show you my favorite kitchen utensil because we're all cooking more than we really want to right now. Let's be honest. And sometimes that's a good thing. But then sometimes we need a break, and so we need to take those breaks and support the people around us. But I brought you my favorite kitchen utensil. You're gonna laugh. Are you ready?
I'm ready for it.
It's my garlic masher.
Yeah, I don't even have a garlic masher.
Listen, this puppy. Here, let me show you. Let me show you how this. Okay, so if this was the cutting board, right? It's my notepad where I was gonna make notes where I had one word. Okay, so you get your garlic and you rock it back and forth. And it smashes your garlic, and then you have it on the back. It's the simplest yet most effective, making me smile kitchen utensil.
And so that's your number 9 on your list of things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So here's another one. I gave up Diet Coke for Lent. Poor choice. And I have had days where I have struggled like you can't even imagine. But I have found, and by the way, we don't have sponsors and there's no in game here. And if I mention a business, it's strictly just because it's in conversation, right?
Preach it. Yeah, it's not about that.
It's not about that at all. So I have found the generic form of Crystal Light cherry pomegranate, and I'm drinking it out of my Derby cup that my friend Christy gave me because it has jockey silks on it, and I'm going to mourn a spring without the Derby, but I'm bringing the happy because I'm enjoying my Crystal Light cherry pomegranate sugar-free powdered drink in a cup. All right, so the day I get to have a Diet Coke, that will be a whole new celebration and different smiles. Okay, are you ready for the next one?
I'm ready.
All right. So these are lovely fresh flowers. I love to enjoy them outside. So don't get mad at me when you're like, leave the beautiful flowers outside. Don't go cut them. I enjoy both. I like to walk past them and enjoy them. But then occasionally I just want to go out and snip a few so I can see them on my desk or on my table. And so I borrowed Mitch's 1792 taster for these. And so I think
does he know that you borrowed the 1792 taster to do that?
He saw it on the counter and he asked me what I was having for breakfast.
Oh.
That's another show, Greg. That's another show.
We can do that one too.
That's another show. Okay, so this is important because I'm drinking it out of this cup, but this is a fun mug for my coffee, and I threw my little Keurig in here because this is a mug that my friend Heather gave me. It says Girl Boss Fuel. And it's a cute little mug, and it serves for coffee or I meant julep, an afternoon delight. I just think it is festive and fun, but coffee is my lifeline. And starting every morning with a cup of coffee, and people laugh at me because I drink plain coffee and I drink it black. And I think you do too. Is that true?
I do. I do. I drink plain coffee. I drink it black, but you've already broken one of my rules. You have the K cup,
Oh,
and
so
I'm straight roast my own coffee.
listen, if I had as much time on my hands that you all have on your hands in your world, I would roast my own coffee too. I used to. I'm the only person in my house that drinks coffee, and there's only two of us at my office that drink coffee. So we try to be real. But I've had the coffee at your establishment, and it is 10 times better than mine. But we just do what we have to do, Greg.
It's
We just,
you don't know what you don't know. You know.
know what you don't know. So this one I walked by. Wait, what number am I on? Am I up to like 26 yet?
I don't know. I should probably be counting them, but I'm trying to, in my mind, work on my notes as well because you are way more prepared than I am
Well, I
on this
think I
deal.
have. I think I have 10. If not, we're gonna fake it, and it'll appear as 10. Right? Okay.
Okay.
We're all homeschooling
Yeah.
math.
Yeah. Math is
Math
hard.
doesn't really matter.
Carry the one. Do whatever you got to do.
Okay, so this one makes me smile because it is my favorite recipe, but it's not because of what it is. It's because it's written in my mom's handwriting. Can y'all see that?
Ah,
It's on it. So I found this. I don't even know how it looks the best, but I
yeah, it
found
looks great.
this. This is a recipe for my mom's pumpkin bread, and was famous for her pumpkin bread. And as you all know, I lost my mom in August, and so I'm finding things that make me happy about my mom. But so when I found this, I quickly laminated it so it's got like the hard plastic on it, and I shared it with people in her life that would want my mom's recipe. And so this makes me smile like nobody's business. And I might just start carrying it around with me. I don't know. Because her handwriting was lovely as well.
Huh.
I didn't get that gene from her. Like I just can't do it. I'm gonna save that for last. Okay. Here's another one. This is timely this time of year. And what's interesting is I don't even really like them myself, but I love how people embrace the world of, are you ready? Peeps.
Oh, I don't. I don't embrace the world of Peeps. We've talked
So,
about this before.
hang on, but you don't like the idea of peeps, or you just don't like to eat them?
You know, I like the idea of Peeps. I
So
don't
that's
eat them though.
then we're
Okay.
in the same camp. So
Okay.
I think they are cute. I make things with them. I put them in baskets. There are people who create dioramas with Peeps. My friend Mary Helen, I'm going to make her watch this so she will see that I included Peeps because I do think that Peeps make people happy. And this season, I also love Easter, so this is another reason that I love Peeps. But my friend Mary Helen, like she goes all out. And one year, she had a broken nose from playing racquetball, and so I took a Peep and I put a little bandage over its nose, and I sent a picture to her in a get well card. And
Hmm.
she was so impressed with me. Anyway, Peeps. All right. I think we're getting down to like, how many do I have left? Three, I think.
I love this. This is great.
So hang on. This is a walking stick. Wait, you're so used to this whole studio thing. I'm
Yeah.
not. See this walking stick?
I see the walking
So
stick.
this walking stick lives in the corner of my kitchen because it's art. And my son, Will, made it. Or Jackson made it. Is it bad that I forgot which kid made this?
Yeah, at this
Anyway,
point it is because you just did it publicly.
so somebody did this in their art class, and it lives in the corner of my kitchen because I love the idea of a walking stick. Because walking sticks aren't like crutches; they're like companions. They're like to help you along. They support you. They're pretty. You can like create your own when you go out on a trail, and then leave it at the trailhead for someone else to use. I love that idea. After you wash your hands. But it also really is art, and this is my favorite walking stick of all time, so it makes me smile. All right, how many did you write them down?
I didn't.
One,
I didn't. But you know what? I mean, you can go
3,
bonus.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I have 2 more. All right, so here's
So
this
11 things in your house that make you.
Okay, so here, coconut oil. Coconut oil is there is coconut oil in my kitchen. There's coconut oil in my bathroom. There's coconut oil in my desk at work. You can cook with it. You can use it. It is hair conditioner. Like we could do a whole show devoted to the uses of coconut oil, and I take it up a notch too because I don't want to leave it behind when I travel. And so, guess what? Bing, little packets of coconut oil.
I didn't even realize they made little packets of coconut oil.
See, does it make you smile or what?
It does make me smile.
For sure. So coconut oil makes me smile. All right. This is the big finale. This is the hoorah. This is I could just sit and stare at these. And so I recently, kids are expensive and you spend all your money on your kids.
Preach it, sister.
Do what?
I said, preach it, sister.
Preach it. I know. Listen, when can they get, off my payroll, right? So I bought myself a new pair of shoes. And I don't do that much. Splurges on myself are rare, but I so love them. And so I'm going to show you all the shoes I bought. And here's the thing. I've worn them one time, but I wore them with pants. And so you couldn't really get the full effect of how fabulous they are. So when people see me out in public this spring and summer in these shoes, I'm going to need everyone to drop to their knees and tell me how fabulous they are. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
This really isn't, you're not going to be nearly as impressed as,
But somebody will. One of our 5 viewers will be.
One of the 6 people that are going to watch this, because I'm going to pay them.
Oh, I was going to say 6. I mean, you're shooting high. I went 5 and you went 6. Okay.
Here we go. You ready?
Yep.
Oh, look.
So that's the style because everybody, all the ladies in our office have worn those.
Wait. I know.
Is that the cheetah pattern or something?
It is. So the animal print thing is such a thing. I was going to try to buckle it up so you could see how the strap. Oh, are you getting that? That definitely deserves full screen, Greg, right there.
You've got it. It's all you. And the fact is, can you mow the art in those?
Absolutely, but you're not. I mean, you can. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Do you wear them around the house?
No, I do look at them a lot. So I even had them at my office the other day and they were on the table, and just looking at them creates joy in my life. Shoes.
Okay. I get that.
Does Purell count?
No, yeah, I'm going to guess that will be in the comments below. Somebody's going to say Purell because that's a very popular thing.
So that's my list.
That's a great list.
Did any of it make you smile too?
It did very much so, and I feel like that I'm not as prepared as you are because my list is not that detailed, and I didn't bring show and tell. Well, all right, I'll go down my list for you.
Okay.
Because yeah, I'll go down this list.
It's all about you. It just things that make you smile. This is all about Greg.
Right. So, and then these are in no particular order, but
a
couple of these I will say are at the very top of the list. So, 10 things in my house, or I will say 11 because you did 11. Okay.
I'll give you 11.
So 11 things in my house that make me smile. Coffee. As we talked about, coffee to me, I was never a coffee snob until the last year and a half. But now I roast coffee. I have probably 7 different type of beans in the kitchen right now.
Do you have a favorite, like a one favorite, like if you really like that you feel more often than others is your go-to?
My favorite right now is one that I didn't roast, but it is roasted locally, and that is my good friend Arnold Myers. Yep. Arnold's coffee. It is his bourbon infused coffee.
Oh, I've had it.
Yeah, so it doesn't taste like bourbon if you're not a bourbon drinker, but it has an amazing flavor to it. That is probably my favorite right now, and I'm out. So thanks for bringing that up. But
reminder.
So I love the different types of coffee. I love roasting them to different levels and getting different flavors out of them. So also one of my favorite things that makes me smile is my AeroPress. If you've never seen one of those, it's a coffee maker that it's just, we take it camping, goes in a bag. It's a pretty cool thing. If you do not have an AeroPress and you're a coffee person, you must order one whenever this thing is over with,
Okay,
for
hang on.
sure.
I got to make a note.
Yeah.
Does it work with my Keurig?
No, you will have to have your own beans, regular beans, but it will work faster than your Keurig.
And it's not really about speed. It's really just about individual. I don't know. We could talk
And
about
that's
this
what
all
that
day.
does. That is a cup. It is a cup by cup maker type situation.
Perhaps that needs to be a new project of mine, is to up
Yeah.
my coffee game. I'll have to think about that one.
And you know what? We've got plenty of shows to do here. Maybe we'll do one specifically on upping your coffee game. Maybe we'll do that.
Perhaps.
So I also have an espresso machine that I enjoy a lot. Just because having a fancy espresso machine that I didn't pay anywhere near its face value on, and making espressos for people that have never had an espresso done right, or a latte, that makes me smile in my house.
Hey Greg, do we really need to go down the rest of the list, because I'm already like I'm old, but I'm picking up a theme.
Yeah, well, we'll get out of that theme soon.
Okay, all right. I was just wondering.
So another thing that makes me smile, and this is not mine, I guess it is mine, but it's also my wife Jennifer's.
Okay.
Her grandmother's steam pot.
Oh,
When we boil water,
yes.
it's one of my. We've got two different types of steam pots, but that one, it whistles. So every time it whistles, Jennifer and I will both look at each other and say, "Grandma's yelling."
Aww.
And so, because that's her grandma's steam pot, and she's had that for years since her grandmother passed, and that was her grandmother's steam pot. I spent probably 5 hours and about 3 layers of skin cleaning that thing up.
I bet.
And it looks like new money, and we use it pretty much every day now. So
Love it.
that's something that makes me smile in the house.
Tell Jennifer I said hello.
I will definitely do that. Maybe we need to do a spouses day too one day. Ooh. We'll get our spouses in. Because I'm kind of fond of Mitch too, so we could do that. We can have a virtual couples date right here with everybody.
There you go.
So being in the great state of Kentucky, and we are in Bourbon's backyard. Again, not an endorsement for your business, but that's I do say that all the time. It's actually in my blood now. Thank you very much. Bourbon. I don't have an extensive collection of bourbon. I have a nice collection of bourbon. And I love to talk bourbon with people and learn about bourbon. So it's pretty cool that we do have a lot of bourbon aficionados, people that you maybe wouldn't think are bourbon aficionados in our area. And we actually last week did a video chat with a group of bourbon guys, and that's what we did. We sampled our own bourbons and talked about what we liked about these specific bourbons that we had. It was a pretty cool little night. So
bourbon is fun. So bourbon is a great opportunity right now too to bring people together virtually, because how safe is that? I mean, no one's driving to each other's homes to enjoy it. You can have one extra, right? Because you're already 2 feet from your couch.
Yeah.
But you mentioned it first, because Bourbon's Backyard is what is so a part of our culture. And another way you can do that is in your backyard. So Bourbon's Backyard, it just screams fire pit, s'mores, great music. So yeah, I think right now bourbon is a wonderful thing to make everyone smile in so many ways.
Most definitely. So one of my other favorite things is not technically in the house, but it is attached to the house right now via an electrical cord, and that is our camper.
Oh, why is it plugged up right now?
Because you got to keep it charged, because we're going to be going out here next week.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me you had quarantined your children in the camper.
No, but I may end up out there before this thing is all said and done. But we have a private piece of property on Nolan River that we can camp at, and that we will still stay quarantined. So we may actually take a day or two and just head out there and do nothing. So yeah, the camper is. I would say one of the most beneficial things for our family.
But let's be honest, when you camp, it's a different kind of camping, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean we're camping. Now you're talking about tenting. Tenting is what people do when they're in tents and they rough it. Yeah. We talk about camping. We never claim to be people that are roughing it at all. Now, most of the time we do cook outside, but I have an outdoor kitchen. Yes. On it, and we're not there to rough it at all. It's there just to get away.
Right.
Our idea of roughing it is not taking the hotspot so we can't watch Netflix or anything.
Right.
So,
Right. Right. Right.
but that's
Which,
okay.
to be honest, is my kind of camping too. So it makes me
I'm
smile too.
I'm good with that. All
Yeah.
right. Also on my list, it's in my house, but it comes out of the house periodically, and it came out for the first time late last week, and that is my lawnmower.
Oh,
I love getting out and
let's
getting
go,
on the mower.
Mo.
Yeah, I bought me a new mower last year. Finally broke down and got me a good mower, and I get on there, put my earbuds in. Uh, but I will throw a plug in here. I listen to the Lyrics and Laughs podcast that I do with Eric and Joe and Kenny,
Yes.
and or the Lyrics and Laughs Spotify playlist, which is
Yes.
classic country songs that we change out every week. So shameless plug, but that is literally what I listen to.
So here's another shameless plug because I don't care, right? We can do
Right,
whatever we want. It's our
right.
show.
We can't lose our
If you
license.
ever need a little bit of variety, there's a Bourbon's Backyard playlist.
Is there?
There is. There's a
All right.
Bourbon's Backyard Spotify playlist.
I may make that a part of my day.
It's pretty
All
good.
right. So, also on my list is my wonderful dog Chloe.
Oh, I love Chloe.
Chloe is a boxer who's 11. She
Yep.
is loving and fun. She is getting an age and having some health issues. So our time is limited with Chloe, but we do love to spend time with her. And normally she would be right down here by my feet, but at this time she's not up yet. The
Yeah.
time that we're recording this, she's not up yet. She doesn't get up till afternoon. So
Yes. So my dog is exhausted at the end of the day now because we're all home. So when people are here, like we went hiking the other day and we didn't take her because I thought she just needed a break from us.
she's like, finally, they're gone. I can get a
Because
nap.
all she does is nap all day, and now we keep her going because we're coming and going, we're outside, she's active during the day, and now at 7 p.m. the dog is exhausted.
So next on my list is our turtles. We have 3 turtles in our living room in a 55-gallon aquarium.
Wow.
I have one. My mother-in-law gave me this turtle. It's 11 years ago, and it came out of their landscaping pond. And it's the small turtles like that aren't the chance of them surviving aren't very good. So she brings this to me, and knowing how I am, I bought a little aquarium and put it in an aquarium. And you thought, okay, how long is this thing going to last? So I didn't want to waste a good name on the turtle. So the turtle's official name is actually Turtle. He's
Why
been
would you not
Turtle.
want to waste a good name on a turtle? Because you didn't think it was going to last?
We've had beta fish, and we went through a lot of good pet names.
Me too. Been there. I know.
Oh.
All right. So this
Turtle is Turtle.
It's a super turtle.
He is. He is a very large turtle now, and he's in a 55-gallon aquarium. Has his own little turtle condo.
Like how?
He's about yay big, if I can do that. He's about 12 inches. I have 2 other turtles that we've had about 4 years now.
Oh.
That actually their names are Tur and Ertle.
Got it.
Again, we're sticking with a theme.
Listen. What happens when you get 3 more?
We won't. We're done. I've been told we can't get a bigger aquarium.
Okay.
And that's
you got to
almost
draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, Jennifer drew that line a long time ago. So, but they are entertaining. They're very social creatures, and they're a lot of fun to watch. So they're in our living room, and just like some people have a saltwater tank or whatever, we just happen to have a turtle tank. When people come over and ask, so those goldfish, the turtles don't eat them? And I'm like, yeah, well, it's actually why they're in there. But anyway, so number 10 on my list is my kids. Because I do not get enough time with my kids.
Yeah.
Because of work and things that they do. I've got Gavin, who's a senior, who will be heading off to college next year. And Garrett is very outgoing as well.
Yes.
And then we have an adopted daughter, Sydney, who came in our life 3 years ago and has never lived permanently in our house, but is here when she's home for college. And so she is definitely ingrained into the Milby clan. And so my 3 kids are, of course, some of the things that make me smile in the house. And first and foremost,
they're fabulous. Like I remember when your kids were little like mine, because mine are teenagers now and yours are growing up too. I remember when we used to share stories about things our kids were doing when they were like 6 and 7 years old. Like
Yeah.
I just they do
Think-
grow up quickly, and mine make me smile most of the time too.
Things that will probably they would kill us if we said on this
Truly,
Facebook thing.
maybe that's another show. Things
We
our
could do.
kids would be really mad at us for sharing.
Not a bad plan there. And then finally, for the last but certainly not least is Jennifer, my wife, because we there are a lot of things that we love sports together. This is our time normally, where we
Yeah.
are normally quarantined anyway for almost 3 weeks because of the NCAA tournament.
Yes.
So with this situation here, so it's just been good to spend more time together. And I don't know about you, but we have that daily routine now that I'm trying to enforce. Of you get up
Yes.
at this time, just like you were going to school. Breakfast is from this time to this time. Lunch is
Yes.
from this time to this time. Everybody gets in exercise. We have a fitness room, so everybody's required to do some form of exercise every day. And then we've had dinner together at a table more in the last 2 weeks than we probably have in the last 2 years.
So that's one of those hidden blessings, right? When
Yeah.
as long as people are safe, and if you cannot worry for a little while and just enjoy, because you're right. When you go like this, and I joke with people all the time that Mitch and I high five in the driveway once a week, because some weeks really feel like that. So so I would be, I mean, I feel the same way about having that time, and it's also our time to check in with each other, to make sure that we're that we're okay, right?
Yep, that is
Yeah.
it. All right,
Yeah.
well, that's my list. I could, I mean, we've already went almost 37 minutes. So how crazy is that?
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
No, that's great.
Is that
I
bad?
mean, no, it's not bad. I mean,
Okay.
if people, I think it was entertaining. I
Okay.
believe so. I think maybe, maybe we do this Tuesdays and Thursdays. But how
Okay.
about tomorrow we do a special first ever live edition of this show?
I'm willing to try it as long as you are willing to accept the fact that I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm game.
I'm good with that as well. So we will try. How about 9 a.m. tomorrow morning? We do
Tomorrow
this show.
or wait, hang on.
Hold
What
on,
day? I don't even know what day it is.
Today's Tuesday. You know what? Let's do Thursday. Thursday morning at 9 a.m. We will do a show live.
Okay.
So be ready, people. I mean, it was almost like it's live here. There's no editing on this deal anyway. So
None.
they're going to get what
Who's
they're
got
going to
time
get.
for that?
I know. I've got other. Yeah. All right. So, Janna, thank you for bringing bacon
Thank
in
you.
in the mailbox, in your mailbox, to light. This is our little show. We're going to have a little fun with it. When we do these shows live, we will talk about the weather, and we'll talk about some current things going on that aren't virus related.
Right.
And have a little fun with it. So just be ready for it.
Thank you, Greg. Everybody smile. Go find your things.
Right. And if you can't smile in your mind, put bacon in your mailbox.
Bacon in your mailbox, baby.
She's Janna Clark. I'm Greg Milby. Thank you for watching Bacon in Your Mailbox.